Today we're going to drive around 600 kilometers and about 10 hours in direction of Bodø, starting from Snåsa and passing through the Arctic Circle. After just a few kilometers from the camping where we slept last night, we met these two beautiful moose. They were just hanging on the side of the road and I had the time to take a few pictures of them and then they just ran away. I think they were scared of the cars passing by on the road. Hi there, today is for the fourth day of this road trip and the plan for the video for today is to shoot as many pictures as possible without actually going on a hike. We're going to drive for 700 kilometers, so the plan is to stop in cool places like this one and just take some nice pictures. We are now passing under Norway and Bodø, the gateway to northern Norway. This is not the Arctic Circle yet. It marks the border between Trøndelag and Nordland, and just over 100 years ago, northern Norway didn't even have a road connection to the rest of the country. We are now driving to Laksforsen, a 17-meter waterfall on the Vefsna river. This river was once so full of salmon that local workers asked not to eat it more than 3 times a week. Imagine complaining about too much salmon today. The place is directly on the E6 road, so if you are driving north, I would 100% suggest you to stop there for a nice stop and get this beautiful view. We are now driving through the Dunderland Valley, about 40 kilometers north of Mo i Rana. At first the place looks almost empty, there is just the E6 road, a river, a railway and only a few houses. But people have worked in these mountains for more than 100 years now. The rocks here contains a lot of iron. Back in the days a British company built a railway to carry the iron from these mines to the port of Mo i Rana. Later, this railway became part of the Nordland line. You can still see it next to the E6 and trains still carry iron from the valley today. The name of Dunderland also may come from the Norwegian word dandre or dandre, whatever the pronunciation is. It means to make a loud and heavy sound. Maybe the name came from the waterfalls or maybe from the rocks falling down the mountains. We stopped at the Arctic Circle here on Saltfjellet. This imaginary line marks the beginning of the Arctic region. North of this line, during part of the summer, the sun never goes below the horizon. This means it stays light even at midnight. In winter, the opposite happens and the sun stays below the horizon for part of the season. Of course, when you cross the line, nothing suddenly changes. The temperature doesn't suddenly drop, but the scenery just changed a lot. After driving north for so many hours, it still feels special to stand there. We have officially reached the Arctic. We just crossed the Arctic Circle now, and the scenery completely changed in a matter of like 10 kilometers, and now it's more like an highland, or I don't know how you say that, but it's completely different. I can show you a lot of pictures, and I have some shots with the drone, but yeah, it's insane. I didn't expect the landscape to change that much in just like 20 minutes, I don't know, from the last clip. And it's all snowy. Funny thing is that the Arctic Circle is not fixed because the angle of the Earth slowly changes, so the line moves about 14 to 15 meters north every year, but the building stayed in the same place from the moment it was built, of course, from the 90s, but actually the Arctic Circle moved about 500 meters away in 36 years. So since the visitor center opened, the real Arctic Circle has moved about half a kilometer north.
Ciao. Sì. Nè. Nè. Questo cosa vuoi? Ciao. Beh.
And this is our last stop for today, Saltstraumen, just outside Bodø. It looks much like a river, but this is actually seawater moving between two fjords. Every 6 hours the tide changes direction and pushes a huge amount of water through this narrow channel. This creates one of the strongest sea currents in the world, large whirlpools in the water. After 8 hours on the road, waterfalls, mountains and crossing the Arctic Circle, this feels like the perfect place to end the trip. We're now heading to Bodø, where we rented the Airbnb, and tomorrow we are going to head out for Lofoten Islands. Thank you for having spent the time with me to watch this video. Thank you and bye, see you on the next one on Lofoten Islands.
Das Land mit der Sonne.